In today's video, I will be participating in one of my favorite challenges. It's the Look for Less challenge, and this is the May edition. This challenge is hosted by Yami, the Latina next door, and her co-host this month is Casey from Coffee with My Sunshine. I will have both of their channels as well as the playlist linked in the description box below. And this is the project that I am going to try to recreate for less. I found this idea off of Etsy, and this is a shadow box picture of a heart made with butterflies, and it is in the ombre style, you might want to say. And as you can see, the original was $61.90. I'm quite sure I can recreate this for much less. These are the items you're going to need to do this Look for Less challenge. You're going to need a shadow box frame. Now I ended up having to order mine off of Amazon because I live in a very rural area, and our local Walmart, the only shadow box frame they had was not big enough. So I ordered this off of Amazon. You could probably find one at Hobby Lobby or something like that. This one is a 12 by 15, and I paid $19.97 for it, and I have Amazon Prime, so there was no shipping and no tax. So that is the total price I paid for this frame. Like I said, you could probably find one at Hobby Lobby, and if you use your 50% off coupon, you could probably get one for less. But that's what I had to do. So I was willing to pay it, and I knew I was still going to come in under the cost of the original project. That's the main thing you're going to need. I also wanted it in white. I wanted a white frame. Couldn't find a white frame, so I'm going to spray paint this, the black frame, white using this paint, and I already had this on hand. So that is a no charge for that. The next thing you're going to need is a template of a butterfly. I just found this free on the internet and printed it off. I printed off a couple of them. I'm actually going to trace those onto a piece of thin plastic to make a template out of it, because I'm going to be having to cut out a lot of butterflies. And this was just, I had this in my stash, and so that was no charge for that. Then you're going to need an assortment of craft paper or scrapbooking paper. I wanted to go with the pinks, and I got this glitter paper at Walmart, and they were 50 cents a sheet. And then this is just white cardstock because they didn't have white glitter paper at Walmart. I already had this in stock, so I'm going to use the white, and then I'm going to use this extreme glitter paint to give the white cardstock a glitter effect so that it matches the rest of the paper. This is also something I already had on hand. And then you're going to need a good pair of scissors. Because this pattern is so intricate, I needed a sharp pointed small pair of scissors that are easy to handle and that are sharp. So that's going to be the key to this. And then you're also going to need a hot glue gun, which I do not have pictured at this moment. I'm not at that point where I need the hot glue gun, so I don't have it upstairs. So these are the items that you're going to need to do this project. For this part of the project, you're going to need a comfy chair, a nice cup of coffee or beverage of your choice, a good program to watch on TV or YouTube, and patience. And then you're going to take your template of the butterfly that you cut out of that plastic sheeting and a nice sharp pencil, and you're just going to trace and trace and trace. take your nice sharp scissors and you're going to cut and cut and cut. I'm going to take a break from cutting for a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and get this frame spray painted. Now, when I took the backing off, I realized that the glass, which is actually plastic, is like permanently affixed to the frame. So what I'm going to have to do is I took some typing paper, copy paper, and taped it together, and then I'm going to take some of this painter's tape and go around and tape the paper down. While that first coat of paint is drying, I am going to put a second light coat on. I don't think it's going to need much, the second coat, but I am going to do that. So it needs to set for about 20 minutes. Anyway, this is the backing that's inside the frame. This is what you would build your shadow box subject on. And it came with this linen lining, which I didn't realize was actually glued on. And I want my backing to be white. So I'm going to go ahead and I already started to peel this off to see how easily it would come off. I'm going to go ahead and peel the rest of this linen off. It's got like a cork board or a foam board thing that it's glued to. And then I have this piece of poster board that's exactly the right size. And so I'm just going to lightly hot glue this on. And this will be what I build my picture on, my butterfly picture. So while the paint is drying, and I got this all done, it's just very, very simply tacked on there. I'm going to go start cutting out more butterflies. So like I said earlier, I couldn't find any white cardstock that was already glittery like this. So I am going to use this extreme glitter paint, and I'm going to paint all these white butterflies. I don't know if I'm going to need that many, but I cut out a lot, and whatever I don't use for this project I'll save, and maybe I'll use for something else. So this is day 2 of working on this project. I got a lot of the butterflies cut out. I don't know if I have enough, but I'm just going to start with this amount. Then I took a piece of parchment paper and I folded it in half, and I traced out a heart, half of a heart, and then cut it out because I am not good at just freehanding stuff, and I wanted the heart to be perfectly symmetrical on both sides. And now I'm going to take the backing. This is the backing where I'm going to build my picture off of, and I'm going to trace very, very lightly because I just want to be able to see the outline a little bit and then be able to erase it well when this is all done. Any lines that might not be covered up by butterflies I want to be able to erase off. So I'm going to go ahead and trace this heart onto the backing, and I'll bring you back when that's done. All right, friends, it's at this point in the project where things really start to go awry. I worked for about an hour and I thought I had it done, and the whole time I was working on it, finishing up, and I was thinking, man, I just don't think I like this. And I was looking at it and like, I just don't think I like this. And I thought, well, if I put it in the frame, maybe I'll like it. So I put it in the frame and I hung it on the wall where I was going to keep it, and I just was looking at it and I'm like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. My brain was just saying, gag, this is horrible. I can't live with this. So I tried again. All right, guys, this is take 2 on this project. This has been one of the most challenging projects I've ever done. I've run into so many problems with this one. Not even so much that the concept is hard, it's just, I don't know, I'm just having so many problems. Anyway, I completely finished it the first time, put it in the frame, hung it on the wall, and absolutely hated it. The heart was too big. It wasn't really defined, and I tried to follow the ombre pattern like what was in the inspiration piece, but I just didn't like it. So I'm starting over. I made a smaller heart and I'm just going to start, instead of trying to do like a rainbow, I'm just going to start at the bottom of the heart with white and gradually go up darker and make more space between the butterflies over here, like they're flying away. Oh, it killed me. I sat here for probably a half an hour looking at the first one I did, trying to decide if I really wanted to redo it. And I really want to redo it. So I'm redoing it. I felt like, why would I go through all of the trouble and work to make a project that I didn't love? So I'm going to continue working on this and tweaking it until I get it how I love it. So I'm not even going to show you much of the footage of the first attempt. I'm just going to record my second attempt. I just started putting on the butterflies on this heart because I wanted to see if I truly was going to like this one better, and I already like it better. So I'm going to start from this point and start filming my process, and of course it will be time-lapse in fast speed, so you don't have to sit here for an hour while I glue on paper butterflies. And what I'm doing is I'm carefully peeling them off of the old one because I don't want to sit down and cut a bunch more butterflies if I don't have to. So I took a little break and I went to town and got my nails done. I had an appointment today and I decided to not do the French tip this time. And it's funny, my nails kind of match my project here. But yeah, I think they turned out really pretty. I don't know if they're picking up very well on camera, but I really like them. All right, back to work. So here it is, the final product. Finally, I finally got it done, and I absolutely love it this time. I just love it. The first attempt, I don't know, my brain just looked at it and could not make sense out of all of the chaos of it. This one is much more orderly. I have all of the butterflies going in the same direction, and they're flying off this side of the heart, all in the same direction. And then I have it, the ombre just going up from lightest to darkest, instead of having the rainbow effect. And on the other one, it had this color and this color were kind of like mixed together. And I liked it in the original, the inspiration piece, but I just could not recreate it to my liking. In this version, the heart is much more discernible. You can see the shape of the heart, and it just makes more sense. My brain looks at this and sees a much better project than my first attempt. I am so glad that I went with my instincts, and even though this is not exactly like the inspiration piece, this is what my brain likes to see. This piece is going to be part of a gallery wall in a room that I am redecorating in my home. That video, the reveal video of the redecorated room, will be coming out later this month. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, and hit that bell button so that you will be notified when my room makeover reveal video comes out. So here's a side-by-side comparison between theirs and mine. Now you can see that mine is a lot different than theirs, but they are similar. I think the main difference was their butterflies were much smaller than mine, but I did not have any kind of a die or any way to cut out tiny little butterflies other than with scissors. And I just knew I would drive myself mad if I went with really tiny butterflies. So I chose to go with bigger ones, and that's why mine looks quite a bit different. And here is the price comparison. Theirs was $61.90. The total for mine was $22.32, with a savings of $39.58. Mine was a little smaller. I can't remember the dimensions of the original, and like I said, my butterflies were bigger. I want to thank Yami for hosting this challenge once again this month. It is my favorite challenge to do, and I look forward to it. And I think I usually have 2 or 3 projects in mind in advance, so I already know what I'm going to be doing for the month of June. So yes, I will be participating in the challenge in June. I also want to thank Casey, her co-host this month. I'm not familiar with her channel, but I will be checking her channel out, and I recommend that you do too. Thanks so much for watching, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed, even though I made blunders and I totally switched gears and did something totally different. I hope you enjoyed that process and enjoyed coming along with me for that process, and thank you for being willing to do that. We'll talk to you later, friends. Bye-bye.